job with Shaq and Kobe.
I mean,
Shaq and Kobe brought him championships.
Look what he did. I mean, he was able to hold.
Repeat what you just said for me one time.
Dennis under control.
Who championships?
GK, drama aside, no matter what drama they had while they played for him, they still brought him championships.
Who wait.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of From the Sideline podcast. I'm your host, Troy, and I am back with the boys. What's up, guys? How you doing today?
What's going on?
We got some new faces in the building, but let's get to the boys. We got GK. Are you with me? What's up, GK?
Hello, everybody.
All right, we got Tighten Up in the house. What's up, Tighten Up?
Always. What's going on, good brothers?
We got Mr. I love calling him Mr. L. Bushman. He is back in the building.
What's up, fellas?
In the building. All right, today we got Brian. Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Hey y'all, Snowman here. Brian's the first name. Brian Snow's my full name. Friends and family call me Snowman. I'm the host of Snowman in the Morning, 8 a.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Time. Everywhere you can pick it up, but exclusively video-wise on YouTube.
And then we got Eric. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Eric.
Hey, how you guys doing, man? My name is Eric King. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but raised in Detroit, Michigan. So I got a little bit of northern and southern in me.
Yes, sir.
Sports-wise, man, I run a youth football organization down here. Coach 11 and 12-year-olds. As you can see by that tall trophy behind me, I'm 2 years straight winning the championship. So, hey, man, we get it cracking down here, man. It's football land.
Right to you, brother.
That's what's up, man. That's what we like to hear. But I want to thank Brian and Eric for stopping by the show. And we are on some type of little bit of time restriction, so we're going to jump right into it. First topic off the bat. We back at it. We got to do it. You guys know we started with the quarterbacks. And right now, we got to do the corners. All right, everybody can see the screen. Now, for the new guest and Brian and I got two Brians, Frank and for Brian and Eric. So what we do is here to collectively as a group, you two, GKL Bushman, and then Frank is going to collectively give us the top 10 corners from this past year. All right. So whenever you guys want to start, discuss among yourselves, and then let me know who you guys are putting at number one.
I thought you meant top 10.
Bushman, you're muted.
Eli Apple, hands down, number one. Eli Apple, number one.
I thought you meant top 10 of all time. So
y'all want to do all time? Listen, it's as simple. It's as simple as this, right? It's as simple as just erasing some words and putting some more. All right?
No,
okay, because I can feel the.
We can get the corners next week, GK. I got you. We can get the regular.
I can fill the number one spot right now, and I'm very, very biased, but I love seeing him play. And all I have to say, left cornerback from USC, number 42, Ronnie Lott.
Can't go wrong with that at all.
Deion Sanders, number one.
Yeah,
I was thinking Deion. I was thinking Deion one, Ronnie two, but either or is cool with me.
Hey, look, either way works. Either one works.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
either one. Love watching Deion. Love watching Ronnie Lott. So either one of those at 1 and 2 work. Ed Reed, or was he more of a safety?
I'll say
he was more of a safety.
Safety. Okay.
Charles Woodson, number 2.
Charles
Woodson, number 2.
So we wait. So who's going number one?
Deion.
Ronnie Lott.
Deion.
Tie then. How about a tie?
All right. So how many people we got? We got GK, Frank, L. Bushman, Eric, and then all right. We got 5 people. I need 3 votes. So three people that vote the same name. That's the name that's going up.
I will go ahead with the masses, and I'll say Deion Sanders.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. You got 3 Deion?
But see, it's Terry. I'm torn because Deion was prime time, and prime time was a hell of a corner. But the first person I got hooked on at cornerback was Ronnie Lott. Yeah,
Brian, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you got both of them on your team, and you're deciding which one's gonna guard the number one, who are you picking of the two?
Deion.
Oh yeah.
I think just settled.
Listen, when Deion was with the 49ers, all I have to say is Alvin Harper had a rough day.
All I gotta say is when a guy can go play a football game, then travel across country to go play a World Series game, that's number one.
Yes.
That's number one. That's number one.
All right, so it's Ronnie Lott number 2?
Let's yeah.
I would definitely number 2.
Lott's number 2.
Woodson's number 3.
So
Agreed.
Woodson number 3.
But see, now we got to fill in 7 through 10.
Night Train.
Yeah.
Big Night Train Lane.
I was gonna say him. Yeah, I was gonna say him next.
Yeah.
You know, a cornerback.
I was actually going to say Revis.
No.
Nah, Revis is further
no.
down the list. Revis is way further down.
You know,
Sure?
a cornerback.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what. You know, a cornerback that gets no love whatsoever. Bill Bates.
Bailey.
Bill Bates from the Buffalo
Bill
Bills.
Bates. No, from the Cowboys.
Cowboy. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm talking old school Cowboys, not these.
Oh, what about Champ Bailey, fellas?
No.
No, the Champ?
Many before him. And I just mentioned one in who did I say?
Oh,
Bill Bates.
Wow.
Bill Bates.
Rod Woodson at number 5 or 6. Rod Woodson.
It's more of
What's
a,
in at
number
5?
4.
What's in at 5?
We at number 4. Did we get number
We had
four?
I would have put Rod Woodson over Darrell Revis. Now we're bucking.
Okay,
That's a little extreme.
And
Then
that's why we
let's
love
say
the
number
panel.
4. Then let's say number 4 is Rod Woodson.
All right.
Hall of Famer Rod Woodson.
No, that's the thing. I don't think I'm putting Rod Woodson over Darrell Revis.
What the hell
I mean,
did Darrell Revis do?
I would put
everything down.
I would put
What, are you
Listen,
kidding me?
I would put
Rod,
Revis
not
at
Charles.
5.
Down Randy Moss.
Okay. See,
Randy
Frank's
Moss.
gonna get mad at me for what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
I mean, I'll go down the guys that
Bring the
shut
heat.
down week after week after week.
Listen,
If you want.
I agree with Frank that both those guys should be in here, but I just think we're skipping it. Maybe a couple of people.
Like
Willie
Darrell
Brown.
and Champ. Those two got to be.
Well, no, I think
no,
four and
to
five.
Champ Wood. Hey, putting the vote right now. No to Champ Woodson. Champ Bailey. I beg your pardon. Listen,
why?
one return does not make a cornerback. Okay, people hate on Champ Bailey. People hate on Bill Bates.
I don't know if people ate on Champ Bailey.
People ate on Champ Bailey.
Are you sure we're talking about the same Champ Bailey?
I'm talking about the same number. I'm talking
and-
about the
and
same
then
number
went
20.
to-
I'm
what?
talking about the same number 24. Champ Bailey, the
Uh,
Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, man. Champ
I
Bailey
mean-
was locking things. He was locking shit up.
Yeah.
like 12 Pro Bowls.
Like
52
Champ
interceptions.
Bailey was locking shit up.
Okay,
Yeah,
you see
he
the
was
smile.
a top
Okay,
three,
Frank,
a
you see
top
the
three
smile.
corner every year he was in the league.
Okay, Frank, you see the smile and the laughter on my face. I couldn't hold a straight face.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just a grinning too, but
I
geez
couldn't hold a straight. I just grew up with
I mean,
Bill
talk
Bates
to me.
and Ronnie Lott.
So
I mean, love me some Champ Bailey. Okay,
back on
Back
it real quick.
Hold on, but wait, number 3 is not Charles Woodson. We didn't even mention Charles Woodson yet.
Who was it?
yes, we did.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
we
did.
did. We said Charles. Yeah, he was a unanimous 3.
I thought it was Rod.
No, Rod came
Nah,
up after
Rod's-
Charles. Rod came up after
Rod's
Charles.
after Charles.
But
Rod's after Charles.
that's where they trying to put Rod now. They're probably trying to put Rod at 4.
Yeah, put Rod at 4 then.
Okay.
Okay.
That's-
So
that's a
we got
consensus?
we got Rod Woodson at 4.
I'd put Revis at 5.
No,
And
Bailey. I'm gonna
Yo,
make a concession with Frank and say Bailey is in the middle at number 5.
I think Revis should be ahead of Bailey, but I also think Mel Blunt and Dick Night Train Lane should be
Mel Blunt, number
I was
47.
waiting for y'all to say Mel Blunt.
Okay, we got number 5, Mel Blunt.
All right, hear me out. Yeah, maybe y'all can give me your opinion. My only gripe with putting the Mel Blunts and all of those guys amongst the top 5 and and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe it's just my opinion, but I think the talent of receivers that these guys had to match up with has to come into some accountability.
Uncle Frank, the NFL had to change the rules of football because of
I understand that. For me, it came more of a pass happy league, but that's what I'm saying. And you saw more explosive wide receivers. Some of the top wide receivers of all time are from the 80s to I would say the mid 80s, maybe mid to late 80s to around our era right now. So those would be the top elite wide receivers, and you have to go against the guys that were shutting them down in their prime, like Darrell Reeves, who was shutting down Randy Moss after he just set the record for yards and touchdowns in the season with the Patriots, and then he shut down the number one receiver, a lights out receiver at like Ocho Cinco. And then he shuts down Brandon Marshall, and then he was shutting down top all-time receivers throughout his time. And I just think that the fact that you guys ignoring that, I mean, what other name some other top tier, like really, really top tier wide receivers that these guys were shutting down. Like everybody ate during those guys' era.
So we should do this list as the top corners of like the modern era, pretty much. Because then you can throw in. Then you can throw in. You can throw in like.
Was in the modern era. He was in the 70s. Like, I mean, how far do you want to like?
Because then you got to throw in Richard Sherman into this conversation as well.
That's like color TV then.
The Ed Reed. I've opened a can of worms.
What's the guy that got the record from the Vikings? I keep forgetting him. You have to put him up there if that's the case, because he has more interceptions than all of them.
You guys know I normally say
I owe an apology
to
the
it's
host
good.
of this
I love
podcast
No, you don't. You did a service.
I opened a can of worms I shouldn't have opened.
You did a service.
It's always the guest to have to make it difficult. We should have just kept
yeah, we got to speed this up a little, but I just want to say to what Frank said, man, you can't forget those guys that came before.
Yeah, I mean, show them respect, but top five is, I mean, come on, the top five got to be like top five guys.
We can't be history bias. Remember that word?
Hey, Frank,
history bias.
Frank, who's your team? Who's your team?
He's a Titan.
Tennessee. Can't you see it in my
tighten up. When I introduced him, he's tighten up.
/ Houston Oilers.
You know, I hate the Tennessee. I hate the Tennessee Titans. I hate the Tennessee Titans for one reason and one reason only.
All right, at 5, it needs to go.
This all-time thing was a horrible idea.
Yeah,
my fault.
Hey,
my
fault.
So do Revis at 5 and then Champ Bailey at 6.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Frank,
I mean, that's cool.
Let's speed this up a little bit, guys. Jesus.
So you said, and then start working on the next one.
This is an all-day thing here, man.
Let's do Night Train at 7.
And then Mel Blunt.
Yeah. Justin, you're not typing fast enough.
Yeah, I know. You gotta
come on.
You gotta get me to say.
You're the host of the show, damn it. You gotta be quick on the fingers, man.
What the hell did I open up?
What are you doing?
I'm
do you need to copy and paste from a website?
No, I could. I could make it go a lot faster. But I'm just making sure I don't misspell their names. So you guys can keep.
And then copy and paste, for God's sakes.
I can. I'm on my iPad. How am I copying and pasting?
Use your Google Translator.
Oh,
Do you need to have Microsoft spell check on your thing?
Oh. No, I don't. Just keep the conversation going. Don't turn it to me.
Well, we don't want to go too fast because your fingers can't keep up with the conversation.
I just asked you to remind me.
Well,
it was Darrell Reeves. Go ahead.
We're gonna do last names. Do last names only. Don't do first. Just do Revis at 5, Bailey at 6.
No.
Yeah, super easy.
All right. Maybe for you, but for my brain, it ain't.
Well, apparently your brain and your fingers are not.
The more y'all keep. All right, I'll fix it later.
Oh my god! Do D Revis. Do D Revis.
If I could get the no, just leave it.
Don't forget your periods. Right? Don't forget your periods.
Oh, you want it like that?
There you go.
I'm sorry, I got you.
No, it's CB.
I meant CB. Why are you killing me? That goddamn. All right, who was 7? Who was 7? Who was 7?
Oh, he's caught up to us now. Okay,
Who
night
was
train,
seven?
night train.
Night Train Lane.
Night train.
Oh man.
And then I would put it 8. Mel Blunt.
Mel Blunt.
Yeah.
Who's
We
that?
need 2 more.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not how you spell it.
Well,
Yes, it is.
I smoke
is
a
how
lot
you
of
spell
blunt.
it?
I smoke a lot of blunts.
Oh, that's the one I was going for.
Okay, that blunt. Yes.
What
So
is
we
it?
got like I don't know. I'm just gonna throw some
Say
names. out
Sherman
there,
and
like,
Ty Law.
Yeah.
Ty
Sherman.
Law, Daryl Green, Aeneas Williams, Mike Haynes.
Daryl Green.
I put Sherman at 10.
Jumped on my back.
Yeah. I would go Green and Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Green and then Sherman.
Yeah.
You forgot the N in blunt. That's Mel Blount.
Yeah, I said I spelled it wrong, but I just was trying to whatever.
That's Mel Blount.
What? Then what I'm missing, bro? Instead of telling me it, just spell it.
A U.
Yes.
B-O.
BLOUNT.
Thank you.
Jeez,
Hooked
Louise.
on phonics.
Who was that number 9? I didn't hear that number 9.
Sherman.
I don't.
No, Sherman's at
Sherman was
10. Did we put Daryl Green at 9?
Yep.
Green.
Yeah, Green at 9.
Sherman over like Mike Haynes still? Like whatever. I don't care. Let's just move
He
on.
said, I don't care.
They don't care.
Who was 9? I'm sorry. Daryl Green.
I apologize for this for volley.
All right, once I fix it, I'll show it. I'll show it on the screen later. In that.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Okay.
We're on a time restraint.
Let's
you guys.
move. Let's
You guys
move
is
on
rushing
quickly.
me, and for the audio listeners, when I fix it, I'll give you the list. All right, but let's move on. Anybody want to touch on off-season quarterbacks, or can we move on?
Oh, let's do
Move
that.
on.
All right,
Or not.
Move on.
Hey.
move
I'm
on.
good.
Move on. What we got?
Move
Frank?
on.
GK. We got half an hour.
I don't know. Zach Wilson's gonna make the Pro Bowl. How about that?
All right. The
No.
point of it was, all right. Let me
Hell
ask.
to the
Maybe
no.
in the lingerie
If-
football.
If Aaron Rodgers goes to another team besides Tennessee, what team is he going to? And if Russell Wilson moves, what team is he going to? That's the 2 quarterbacks I want to.
Aaron's staying with Green Bay. Russell's staying with Seattle.
Everybody's staying put. Let's move on.
I don't know. I feel like the Bucks are gonna get. The Bucks need a veteran. The Bucks need a win now guy. Because
Bucks-
their whole team is win now.
Bucks are
It ain't with Aaron Rodgers.
silently courting Deshaun Watson to come over.
Maybe yeah.
I would love to see Aaron in San Fran.
That ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
I would love to see anyone in San Fran.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Anybody
have a defense, they have an offensive line, and they have the offensive-minded head coach. So, like, any halfway decent quarterback's going to flourish.
All right, so let me ask you all a question. Out of the quarterbacks potentially on the move, who do you think could be on the move the most? Who could be possibly moving out of all these guys?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy's
Garoppolo
definitely.
staying
We know
put.
that, so that's the easy one. Jimmy's
I
definitely.
mean, yeah, Jimmy.
But why do you
Jimmy's
guys?
probably
Why do you guys think Rodgers will move?
Because he's tired of Green Bay's shit.
Yeah, the front office sucks.
And vice versa.
Because he's tired of Green Bay shit and they're tired of him.
Yep.
If I was Aaron Rodgers,
That's as simple as it gets.
I wouldn't want to be there if I was him.
Yeah.
They
Me.
drafted
Tennessee.
they drafted Jordan Love for a reason.
Right.
Suck.
Okay. Now,
Oh, yeah.
suddenly
Jordan
you
Love
have-
not the answer yet.
No, he's not.
If that was
No.
the case, they would have been ready to. They would have been eager to move on from him.
They
When
have to
his-
be
his
prepared
time-
for the inevitable because
Inevitable.
Devontae, yeah, that too. Devontae's up. He's a free agent.
Yep.
He's gonna want
Devontae's gone.
He's gonna be wanting tons of money. So
Bakhtiari's gone. Rodgers is
And pl-
definitely gone.
plus the
Half of
Packers are in cap hell right now.
Yeah.
They've got no money.
Yeah.
You know who's in real cap hell is the Saints.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh,
the
they're going to be in
Saints.
cap hell for a while.
I think
They're like
good.
negative 60 million or something.
I think they're good on quarterback though, don't you?
Yeah.
I think Jameis Winston come back healthy next year.
He's not coming back.
Or they're not, you don't think they're gonna bring him
No.
back?
Jameis
Nah.
Winston.
They just give.
James-
They just
Jameis
pay
Winston
Tyson
is outta
all
there.
all that money.
No, yeah, he doesn't have any more years left on his deal.
Plus, cover after coming back from an ACL injury, that's going to be tough for him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. His days are numbered there anyway. So
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would have been their quarterback for this year. But since
Mhm.
he got hurt by the Bucks,
They're looking out. They're looking
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're looking elsewhere.
All
yeah,
right.
I can see the Saints trying to lure like people like Russell Wilson down there. Like,
Yeah, I can see that.
If I was Russell Wilson, I would too.
Tennessee needs to pull the trigger on Tannehill, man, and do whatever we got to do to get Aaron Rodgers. Hearing John Robinson come out and say that they're behind Tannehill and he's going to be the guy going forward. I know that's what you're supposed to say when you're in that position, but behind the scenes, they need to be doing everything they need to do to pull that trigger to give Green Bay whatever they want for Aaron Rodgers. Tennessee is one of those teams that's in a win now situation as far as the roster wise, as far as the everything being in place for them. We're literally just a quarterback away from being a legit Super Bowl contender, and they need to pull that trigger, man, because 3 years in a row, man, Ryan Tannehill is showing you he's not the answer come playoff time.
And one of those years, and one of those years, you had a 10-point lead in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been rough.
Still should be couple years. Still should be the Houston Oilers, but that's a rant.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Look, man.
Hey, listen, that's a rant for another day. That's a rant for another day on my show. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you,
Frank. I gotta have you when I do that rant, Frank. I gotta have you on the morning I do it because
I got you.
My partner is a big time Houston Oilers fan, and it should be Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. It should be Houston Oilers all day. All right, let's move on before I go off.
Yeah, you Oilers fans are like people that used to watch The Sopranos. Get a new show. Move on. It's over.
They just rewatch it.
You can't let go of the memory. Those are some of the best times.
I will say, I will say, if there's one game,
Justin, put him in the penalty box. Mute his mic.
I will say if there's one game I laughed my ass off at the Houston Oilers, it was January 3rd, 1993.
Disclaimer, most of the people on this panel weren't alive in 1993.
I was, so I'll say it anyway. And I think Frank knows the game I'm referring to.
I was.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was too.
I was 6.
Yeah.
Put him in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
We're gonna learn all y'all in the Titans one day.
Frank, do I need to remind you what the game?
What'd you say?
Do I need to remind you what the game was?
Right? To check that name was Darrell.
Go ahead. What game was it? What game were you talking about? I know I'm thinking of like 2 or 3 games.
Buffalo.
That we had as Oilers when we
did I get it together right?
Well, yes, that's right. You got it all right. Yes.
Did I figure it out? All right, before you go real quick, let me get this in for the listeners on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google. Top 10 all-time corners from the sideline. These guys put it together from 1 to 10. We got Deion Sanders, Ronnie Lott, Charles Woodson, Rob Woodson, Darrell Revis, Champ Bailey, Night Train, Mel Blount, Darrell Green, and Richard Sherman. If you guys agree with it, if you don't agree with it, let us know. It is going to be up on our social media, so you guys can go check it out, drop some comments. And yeah, back to what Frank was saying.
It's not bad. I just don't think that's how the depth chart would look if that was our roster.
Frank, finish up what you were saying, Frank.
Oh, finish up what?
I thought you were
Frank was hating me for bringing that Buffalo Bills game back in.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, we got our get back on Buffalo a couple times.
All right, before we get into this coaching talk that Al Bushman wants to stick around for, I got the last couple of weeks. I think Frank and GK, you guys know this. I've been doing a cut one, and I'll just give you some names, and you can just pick one to cut. You don't gotta. Al Bushman's out again.
Bushman's in the penalty box.
He's in his own box. He created the box, and now he's in it.
Bushman's in the penalty box.
So yeah, I'm gonna give you some names, and you just tell me which one you're gonna cut. Today is different though. I got duos. All right, so I'm giving you a pair, and you're gonna tell me which pair you're gonna cut. All right, so we're starting with the NFL one because I do have a basketball one later on in the show. All right, you got Aaron Rodgers and Adams, Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, Tom Brady and Gronkowski, or Peyton Manning and Melvin Harris.
Fuck them all.
Marvin Harrison?
Fuck them all.
Come on, bro.
Fuck them all.
Harris.
Come on, Rice to Montana. Before Rice to Montana to Rice.
So the same
these days.
I'm cutting Brady.
Said you cutting Brady and Gronk?
Yeah. See ya.
Fuck Brady. Brady's a fuck Brady.
Who you cutting, Frank?
I'm cutting Ben and whatchamacallit, Ben and AB.
And AB. Who you cutting, Eric?
I'm cutting Brady, man.
Brady?
Yeah.
Brian?
Fuck Brady.
Cut his ass. That's a lot of Brady hate. What's going on with my boy Brady?
Because Brady wants to be Montana and he ain't Montana.
Bushman is experiencing technical difficulties. He wants us to finish the show.
He's in his own.
Thank you, Bushman, for stopping by.
Thank you, Bushman.
All right, so should we just get to this? What do you know, real quick? You guys want to test it out? You want to get to the what do you know? All right, so Eric and Brian, we do this. We're all about trivia here. All right, so I like to test these guys with trivia questions, and I got a segment called "What do you know?" is when I put your knowledge to the test. These might be a little easier. Okay, I tried to take it easy because GK last episode, you know, he was going off on me about putting past tense and making it hard and stuff like that. So let me move forward with it. So the first one is first question. What player spent his entire career with the Pistons, scored over 16,000 points, and recorded 1,300 steals?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars, correct.
Joe Dumars. Yeah, it was one or the other. It was one or the other.
Sure.
All right, come on, friend.
Did they both only played for the Pistons, though, right?
Yes,
I believe so.
Yes.
They spent their entire career with the Pistons.
Yeah.
Nah, all right, next question. NBA players Boris Diaw, Nicholas Batum, and Dominique Wilkins were all born in what country?
France.
France. GK, I was just about to say, you guys know how I feel about guests coming in and answering my question.
Oh, yeah.
Easy or not. All right.
You only needed to say one of those names, bro.
All right. Next one is, who was the all-time leader in assists at the end of the 2001 season?
Stockton.
John Stockton.
Yeah, John Stockton. You mean all time or just that season?
At the end of that season, all time.
Stockton.
John Stockton.
All right. That's not Frank, that's Brian. All right. Next one. Which player almost quit basketball to become a garbage man, but went on to win 3 NBA championships and MVPs?
Good one. Almost became
Shaq?
No. Come on, GK, where you at?
Three-time MVP.
Who you said?
Duncan?
Nope.
No, Duncan. No.
3-time MVP champion.
3-time champion. And 3-time MVP.
Finals MVP, right?
Yes. I don't know, MVP.
Regular season MVP?
Yes. Season.
Wow.
Bushman, we started doing the what do you know? So just give us a second. We almost done.
All right, cool.
All right, he almost quit.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the garbage man.
What NBA player almost quit basketball to become a garbage man, but went on to win 3 NBA championships and 3 MVPs?
I'll take a shot in the dark.
Dwayne Wade?
No.
I'll take a shot in the dark.
What?
I'm going to take a complete shot in the dark, and I know I'm going to be wrong. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird is correct.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say.
I know it's gonna be
I was gonna say
answer.
maybe one of the Lakers or one of the Celtics. Like
Come on, Frank.
I know it's gonna be a
Larry Bird trivia in this thing, man. You can't let Larry Bird sit on the sideline. He's right behind me.
I knew he was gonna sneak
You don't know what he's going to say to me.
somehow.
You don't know what he was going to say to me if I left him off the list.
I have a trivia question of my own.
I'm not trying to hear from that guy.
Was it Larry Bird?
Yeah, it was
Larry Bird.
Oh, so I guessed it right? Holy shit.
Yeah, but that beat you to it.
Go ahead, Brian. What's your trivia question?
My trivia question is this. What former Philadelphia 76er was known as the Boston Strangler?
The Boston Strangler?
Nobody? Oh my God. What's the answer, Brian?
Andrew Toney.
Oh,
that was a good one.
All right. Next one on my side.
Like
Which NBA team sent 4 players to an All-Star game in 2015?
Detroit Pistons.
That is incorrect.
Whoa. Atlanta Hawks.
Tell me the players. Atlanta Hawks is right. Tell me the players.
Teague, Millsap, Al Horford, and
like Josh Smith or something like that.
No, Frank on the right track. Come on.
No, I want to say. I want to say Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver is correct.
Josh Smith was in
Kyle Korver is correct.
Kyle Korver.
All right, next question.
Wow.
Which two
Frank.
players shared Rookie of the Year honors in the 1999-2000 season?
Jason Kidd and was it Grant Hill?
That's incorrect.
Grant was already in the league, I think.
Grant was already in.
It was Jason Kidd and somebody else.
Was it
Jason Kidd?
It wasn't
Not in
Jason Kidd.
1999.
Not Jason Kidd.
Jason Williams.
You said in 89?
99 and 2000. The 99-2000
99
season.
2000.
Kobe?
Two guys that
Nah.
shared the
It's
Rookie
not.
of the Year.
It can't be Jason Williams.
That's
Is it?
not that.
Was it
I
Kidd?
forgot. Yeah, I literally just saw this.
It wasn't
just
Jason
saw
Kidd
this
at all.
question.
Yeah.
No, Jason Kidd was already
I'll
in the
give you
league.
guys one hint.
Okay.
One guy is an exec in the league.
Is what? Say again?
Is an exec for a
Is
team.
what?
You heard me.
It's an exec. Yeah, executive.
Oh.
I'm stumped.
He's an exec right now?
Yeah. I think that's what he is.
Was it Elton Brand?
It's Elton Brand is one of them. That's the
And,
exec.
Elton Brand.
I forgot
Nice
the
job,
other
Frank.
name. I literally had just saw this shit.
His last name starts with an F. I want you guys to get it.
Oh, wow. Oh, that really threw me off.
And then
See, I'm rooting for you guys. Come on, GK. His first name starts with an S. SF is his initial.
SF. Steve Francis?
Thank you. And I don't normally give hints in this,
Steve
but
Francis
I'm
is
gonna
nice.
give
I knew
half to Frank and half to Brian because
There we
we got
go.
the answer. All right, next question. All right. Which two teams played in the 2009 NBA Finals?
Lakers Magic.
That's correct.
Wow. Impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah, he took that from
Mhm.
that from me there.
Next question.
And
How
Lakers-
many technical fouls did Rasheed Lewis log during his 2000-2001 regular season?
Rashard Lewis?
Rashard
Yeah,
Lewis
Rashard Lewis.
or Rasheed Wallace?
Rashard Lewis or
You
Rasheed
gotta-
Wallace?
I said I have
You gotta
to
talk-
blend
you
them
gotta tell
together.
me which one.
Look, GK said he like when I do it, so leave me
Yeah,
alone. It's not been more justice.
Well, they both played at the same time, so
No,
That's what I'm
it's
saying. They both
Rasheed.
used to
It's-
get
it's-
technicals.
it's
I think
Rasheed.
Justin should mute
Rasheed
himself.
Wallace.
Rashard Lewis.
I muted
You
himself.
muted yourself.
Nah, it's Rasheed.
Yeah,
It's
shit.
Rasheed. It's Rasheed.
Yo.
Just keep on combining two
Rasheed
players like they had
Wallace.
a
I
baby.
knew Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace. I don't know what else you want me to say, GK. How many
Rasheed
technical
Lewis.
fouls
Wait a
did
minute.
RW log during his 2000-2001 season?
30.
Like 16, right?
Did you just say
No,
RW?
Yes, RW.
Yeah.
I gotta move on. I gotta do something.
It was before there was
They're
penalties
attacking
for.
me. They're attacking me this episode at Bushman.
It was before there was like a cap on there. So he didn't care.
No, it wasn't a cap.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. It was before they made a limit.
He probably
Right.
changed the rule.
Yeah, no, because
I'll give you one
Alright,
hint.
so
It's
what's
above
the answer?
30.
Yeah. No, all right. So let's go with 50.
Nope.
Wasn't it
Higher or
like
lower?
like 20 something.
It's lower than 50. It's
Like
higher
20?
than 20 something.
37.
Be like 40.
It's higher than
31.
36.
45.
It's lower than 45.
42.
40.
It's lower than 42, higher than 40.
41.
41.
Boom.
I'm giving it to El Bushman.
That's literally
Y'all let El Bushman
that's
hit
literally like one every other game. It's like every away game.
All
is
right.
Virginia Tech.
And I stopped watching basketball when Jordan left.
Who was the 2004 NBA Finals MVP?
Chauncey Billups.
All right.
Chauncey Billups?
As of 2021, which NBA player missed the most three-point shots in his entire career?
Ben Simmons.
LeBron
You take
James.
him.
Russell
LeBron's
Westbrook?
incorrect. Russell Westbrook incorrect.
What's the question?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Who's missed the most
As of
three-pointers?
2021, which NBA player missed the most three-point shots in his entire career?
Was it James Harden?
What does that even mean? Like, had the most season of missed shots
No.
in his career?
How he missed it? His total of threes missed over his entire career. Who has the most threes missed over their entire career? Which player has the most?
So you're
threes
saying
missed
as
over
of
their entire-
2021,
Yes.
who has recorded the most missed 3-pointers
Is yes,
all time?
all time.
LeBron James.
Oh, all time.
It hasn't changed. That's my hint. It just
It
because
hasn't
the year
changed.
2021, it hasn't changed from who it was in 2019, 18, 17, 16.
I give up.
I would go maybe Steph Curry,
No,
Klay Thompson.
no.
James
James
Harden.
Harden.
He's an all-time Hall of Famer.
Oh, it's a Hall of Famer. Oh boy.
He's at the top of the.
Jordan,
Jordan.
No.
Reggie Miller.
You close with the Jordan. That's the last hit I'm gonna give you.
Kobe.
So we're
Thank you.
good.
Thank you,
So-
Bushman. Thank
Was
you,
Kobe?
Who's that?
Kobe?
Kobe Bryant.
That makes
All
sense.
right, I got 2 more for you. Then we're gonna get to the coaching. We gotta go. All
Trick
right.
question.
How old was Steve Nash when he won his second MVP?
30.
He was actually 86 when that happened because he looks so goddamn old.
Was not
Let's go
30.
like 26.
29.
It's higher than 29.
32.
31 then.
Low,
33.
31. Frank said 31.
31.
All
31.
right, last
Pretty
question.
impressive.
Who was the top scorer of the NBA season 2016 and 2017?
LeBron.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Nope.
No? Damn.
His
You
name
said
was said earlier.
2016.
2016 and 2017.
Steph or
James
James?
Harden.
No.
It's not Steph. Steph always led twice.
Klay Thompson.
No.
No.
You're missing. It's
Yeah,
like
no.
right.
Giannis.
No, y'all in the
No.
realm,
No.
but you're just missing one person.
Russ?
Thank you, GK.
Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook. And that is another
Russell Westbrook.
What do you know?
Russell-
Even though I didn't stump you guys on anything, I gave you hints in this one. The next
Russell
one I'm gonna make
Westbrook.
super hard, and I ain't giving you guys no hints. But let's get to this conversation that Al Bushman wanted to stick around. We got 10 minutes. All right. Greg Popovich, Phil Jackson. Now the question is,
Both.
who
Question
would
over.
you start a franchise with?
Both. Question over.
And you don't only have to pick between these two. If you have another option, you can say that option if you would take them over.
I think we should just stick to these two.
stick
Yeah, stick to these
Which you
two.
want?
It
Okay.
makes the conversation so much easier.
Okay, then. stick to those
Okay.
two.
I'll give my answer really quick because I do have to step out. Both. Game over.
All right, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by, brother.
Thank you.
I'm going Phil. I mean, it's the body of work alone. I mean, that's the answer.
I'll go last. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, I'm Uncle Phil. I mean, as
Can't be
great
the-
as Pop is.
Can't be the triangle, man.
Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, versus one. I mean, they both.
DK
got-
was
they
on
both
one last
system
episode.
guys.
Is he going to be on one this episode too? Eric, who you taking?
I'm taking Phil, man. Anybody that can three-peat anywhere he goes, that's the go to coaching, man.
Mhm.
All right, GK, it ain't nobody left here but you, bro.
I thought this would be unanimously Popovich. Like he was able to
Talk
be
to him,
successful
GK.
and transcend through 3 different eras of 3 different ways of playing basketball. Phil could only play the triangle. Like the triangle don't work anymore. Like what did he do with the triangle in
The
New
triangle
York?
worked. The triangle worked for how many championships he won?
in
Yeah.
the 1900s? Yeah, okay, but you
And
know,
in the
that was
2000s.
In the
too.
last
2000s?
millennium?
The 2000s too.
Yeah, but then basketball changed and he didn't. Popovich was constantly changing and won with 3 different styles of basketball. He's just like exponentially superior in basketball IQ. Exponentially. Like it's
No.
not even close by a little bit.
I know. I mean, championship
No,
rings.
it's not-
Championship
say it's
rings
not
equals
close, it's
basketball
just
IQ.
Okay.
Get
He
him,
had Michael Jordan and then Kobe Bryant. Who did he win without those 2 guys? When did he win without either one of those 2 guys?
But when did Pop win without Tim
Pop-
Duncan
yeah.
or
Duncan-
David Robinson? Like
God.
he over
Duncan is not
both of
Kobe
them-
or Jordan.
He's the greatest power forward of all time. What are you talking about? Most
Dude.
people got Tim Duncan rated ahead of Kobe.
If Popovich had Kobe and Jordan, he would have way more rings.
But he didn't. He didn't.
Exactly. He did a lot more with a lot less.
That's like
No,
comparing.
I wouldn't say he had a lot less. Nah.
He did
As
have
a
a lot.
collective,
Come on.
as a collective, from a 1 to 15, from a 1 to 15 spot on the roster, collectively, the Spurs have always, I think they've always been collectively better than the Lakers. It's just that the Lakers always had those two guys, the Shaq and Kobe, that dynamic duo that they couldn't really get past. But they always had a great team. They always had great players on the bench. Whether it was the Bruce Bowens, the Steven Jacksons, the guys that came through there, the Avery Johnsons, the guys that came through San Antonio aren't no slouches.
He rolled his sleeves up. It's on.
The players in San Antonio were able to have more shine because they played for Popovich versus.
Today's episode is sponsored by PointsBet, the fastest growing online bookmaker in America. A fully traditional sports book that offers customers more markets and rewards like no other sports book. Head over to pointsbet.com and sign up today to enter the promo code FTS250 to receive 2 risk-free bets. Yes, I said 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. SportsBet is available only in New Jersey, New York, Illinois, and Iowa. Void where prohibited, must be 21 years and older. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis, counseling, and services.
Them making Popovich look better. So they were able to play better than they actually were because they were able to play for Popovich.
And the same thing can be said for Phil. The same thing can be said for Phil Jackson.
What you got to say, Eric?
I don't think so.
I mean, hey, anybody that can go anywhere and can three-peat anywhere you go, I don't care what kind of talent you got. That's an accomplishment alone. It's hard enough to get to the finals. It's hard enough to win anyway, and let alone get to the finals and three-peat 3 times with 2 different teams. It doesn't matter what kind of talent you got around you. You got to be a heck of a coach to do something like that, man.
And to be able to manage all of those egos, all of those top tier.
Yeah, great job with Shaq and Kobe.
Egos. I mean,
Shaq and Kobe brought him championships.
Look what he did. I mean, he was able to hold.
Repeat what you just said for me one time.
Dennis under control.
GK, drama aside, no matter what drama they had while they played for him, they still brought him championships.
Yeah. Wait. Say that again. One more time. Say that again. Listen to what you're saying.
They helped each other.
They all credit him.
They helped each other.
They all credit Bill.
Yeah.
Phil, they named him as the Zen Master.
Phil can't play the game. He's coaching the game.
Exactly.
There's only one player coach. There's only one player coach.
Putting guys in the best positions, and he just knows matchups. I mean, it's just year after year that he was coaching. I mean, he always seemed to outcoach every single player. I mean, granted, there was some times where Pop might have outcoached him in some matchups, but for the most part, Phil Jackson owned Popovich throughout their careers.
True.
Whether it's with the Bulls or whether it's with you feel me? Whether it's with the Lakers.
Yeah.
About the Knicks.
Yeah. What about the Knicks?
We're gonna act like that.
No matter what coach goes to,
we ain't gonna act like that. Don't exist. He stopped. Frank was like,
he didn't even make the playoffs.
Give him that type of credit.
Yeah,
listen, the Knicks, no matter who you put in the front office and at a coach, and the Knicks are going to be a dumpster fire no matter what.
Listen, anybody. Oh my God. Do you know how many teams have tried to play the triangle and it just doesn't work? I wonder why. Because they don't have Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan to run it.
Yeah, but they worked for the eras that they were in.
Right.
No, they didn't. They only worked when you had like 2 of the best players of all time.
But they still worked, and you still got championships out of them.
Oh my God.
How did them things?
But what's the common denominator?
It's
not the triangle. It's the fact that there were the best 2 of all time.
But you can also say that about Pop's offense too, because Pop's offense got dated too as well when he was in the league.
Pop changed his offense 4 times.
He had to change it because he couldn't. When?
That's what I'm saying. The point of their offense.
I do agree with GK there. I do think Pop did have to alter his offense to try to fit the leagues.
Yeah, but when you constantly have to adapt, and it's not working, and championships aren't coming out, then you're out of the times.
But he did win championships over the course of that time.
How many versus Phil though?
That's the point.
How many versus Phil?
Exactly. Okay.
That's like saying LeBron's better than Jordan. How many champs does LeBron have versus Jordan? You're trying to compare apples to oranges. How many does Phil have?
Just look at the common denominators.
How many does Phil have?
How many does Phil have without Kobe or
How
Jordan?
no? How many does Phil have?
He hasn't
How many
coached
does
without
how
them.
much? But see, GK, I don't like that because how many does Pop have without Duncan, Ginobili,
Exactly.
and Parker?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
my
I
thing
was
is-
on your side, GK,
my
but
thing
that's
is-
like.
Okay, my thing is, if Phil never had those two guys, he probably never would have coached any rings.
And if Pop
Popovich
never had
other
those guys, he wouldn't have
still
won
would have
championships
rings.
either.
Thank you. If he doesn't have Tim Duncan, you think he wins?
Yeah.
You think he still wins
Yes,
those
yes,
rings?
I think he wins
Come
regardless
on.
of
Oh,
Tim
come
Duncan.
on.
Oh,
He
man.
said Tim Duncan, like Tim Duncan
Now,
is
GK.
Andre Drummond of now. Like, come on,
Come
G.
on now, GK.
Come on, G.
You know damn well.
Now,
if he
now
didn't
you
have
see
David
how I feel
Robinson
when
and
y'all
Tim
all on
Duncan,
me.
that they
Now
don't
you
win
see
no
how I
rings.
feel.
Hey, I was at that NBA Finals game when Robert Ory hit the shot when Rasheed Wallace went to double. The
Tell us
Pistons
about
were
it.
supposed to repeat that year.
Listen, like if Pop had somebody else, like if he had KG or so, like same result.
He
Duncan not a
did.
top five. Is Tim Duncan not a top 5, top 10 center of all time?
And what he achieved, capability, no.
Tim
What?
Duncan is not a top
Forward,
5,
yeah.
top center of
What?
all time.
In achievement, yes.
Oh,
Capability,
I gotta
no.
go. I'm about to go Uncle
What do you
Frank
mean
on
capability?
I'm about to get. How is Tim Duncan not a top 5
Capability? What do
center
you
of all time?
mean? He
We
was
got like
capable
2
of
minutes.
carrying the whole franchise throughout his whole career. He was the franchise. Come on, GK. Now, come on now. Come on now.
Oh,
You
man.
sound I get it, yo. I mean, if there's anybody that comes close to Phil Jackson,
It's
it
Pop.
would have to be
It's
Pop.
Pop.
It
Yeah,
it's
it's Pop.
absolutely Pop.
Yeah.
That's why
But
I
to
said
put
it to you.
him on the same level, I mean, no, come on, man. The winning alone puts them in separate categories. Phil's been done head coaching for the longest, and he's passed on whatchamacallit. He still has more catching up to do, man. Come on.
Yeah.
When was the last time Phil coached? Was a head coach in LA, right?
I look at it like
And he won a
this.
ring the last time he played. He coached.
Phil,
if
Phil won a ring
he
last
wasn't
time.
the coach. Yeah, he
Phil-
wasn't the coach on the Knicks. I don't.
When's
If
the
you
last
would've-
time? When's the last time the Spurs won a champ?
If you would have put Phil
When?
in
When's the last time they
Pop's
won?
shoes
Wasn't it like
through-
8 years ago?
and lived out his career,
Something like that.
and then put Pop in Phil's shoes and let him live out his career.
But GK, these are all like what ifs. These
Yeah.
are all
you
what if
have to do
scenarios.
that because that's the whole discussion.
But
No,
you're
no, you
ignoring what
don't.
happened and
Yeah.
in the sense of mentioning the what ifs. Like you're ignoring like the facts, the stuff that
Bro,
actually happened.
it's chemistry. Like, how do you think they figured out how to bake a cake? They say, well, if we take this and heat it up like this, then this is probably what we're gonna get.
So the multiverse does exist, and Greg Popovich
No,
coached
no,
the
no.
Lakers and also the.
I'm
Bulls.
saying if
Yeah,
you
it was
would have had
8
Phil
years ago.
Jackson coach through
2014.
Popovich's career and Popovich coached through Phil's, Pop, in my opinion, would be more successful.
But he didn't.
Okay, but so you're
Hypothetically,
talking about achievements, not capability.
So what's the main goal of every NBA team?
I don't think Pop would have been able to
talking
handle
about
a Kobe
potential.
or
If they
early
both
Kobe or
started
early
from day
Shaq
one at nothing.
or a Dennis Rodman or a
Oh yeah, I
Michael
agree
Jordan
there, Frank.
or
I don't think Greg would have
uh,
handled Dennis Rodman. Oh no.
No, hell no.
Oh,
You
no.
think Pop would have let Rodman go to Vegas in 48 hours?
yeah,
Oh,
come
no.
on.
Fuck
man.
no.
Oh,
No, but I think he would have won either way.
No. I don't
No.
know. But do you get the best out of Dennis Rodman? Do you get the best out? Do you
But
think
that
Pop
was-
gets the best out of him like Phil gets the best out of
He
him?
might have just
You
got
think
somebody else. If that
Phil
was the
just
case.
brings out the best. Phil brings out
So
the
he would have
best.
just kept the
and
guy
what
who
he
was there
had.
years before
His-
instead of just going out
Popovich
and
is
getting
more of a system. He's more of a system coach. If anything, even with the triangle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Phil needed those players. Like, Pop didn't need them. Think
I
about
think
how
we
many.
agree.
Think about okay.
Yeah,
look
we're
at
gonna
this.
need to agree.
Look at the assistant coaches.
But doesn't every coach need their star players? So Pop did need those guys.
Have ever had success. Tons of. Yes.
Yes, penalty box.
Yeah.
You froze up, GK. What you say?
I said the coaches from each tree. Nobody from Phil has ever had success, and a lot of people from Pops have had success.
That's not true.
Yeah, how did Kurt
Didn't Phil have Kurt
Rambis do?
Rambis on his? Wasn't Kurt Rambis on the staff at one point?
How did
Phil
anybody
had a
that tried to run the
nice
triangle?
tree. a tree. I mean, a couple guys on his trees were
wanted
head
to-
coaches and stuff throughout the league.
It's
Where
like-
has the triangle worked other than when Kobe or Michael Jordan did it? Answer me that.
It's like I want
That's,
y'all to
I mean,
keep going.
and saying that's giving more credit to Phil because it only works with
But-
Phil.
Bushman, you ready to get out of
It's the
here?
same
Yeah.
system.
And I don't even watch basketball, so
Yeah, I gotta step out, yo.
He
Yeah, I
stuck
gotta go,
around
guys.
for it, so we're gonna send out Bushman. Tighten up has to get out of here early. You guys go take care of what you got to take care of. We'll see you guys on the next episode when we get our Bushman back.
Yes, sir. GK, it's always a pleasure, my brother. Brian, good to see you, good brother. L. Bushman, I catch you guys another time, man.
see you guys. GK, it feels better.
Have a good show, yo.
he was waiting on the button. He said,
Yeah.
"I'm getting the last word." Yeah. All right,
I'll
let's
let you fellas,
continue.
yo.
Let's continue. All right, Frank. Let's continue here. We got a couple of more topics. Loved it. I planned that. I knew it was going to take that route, and it just falls. GK, I didn't know everybody was going to hang up on you, but I just want to say live to the people at home watching. Now GK sees what I feel when him and Frank do it to me. All right. now you see how I feel. All right. So I got two more things for you guys. What do you? Let's get to All-Star Weekend. It starts today, tomorrow.
Today.
Today, what are you guys most looking forward to? Dunk contest, 3-pointer, skills challenge.
Honestly, I like it all. I'm not going to be able to really watch anything because I got to work, but I really like everything about All-Star Weekend. Like if I was off, I would be watching all of it.
Same here, pretty much. I love the celebrity game, dunk contest. I'm really looking forward to that. But overall, I'm just anxious to see, because I know LeBron's gonna try to put on a show. I'm just anxious to see they don't play any defense anyway. If this guy can put up 60, just to see what he's gonna do.
You know what? The thing I just hope for is when it gets towards the end of the game, if they do start to play defense. And honestly, for me, it really only takes one of them to be like, bro, I'm not going to let you score. This is like,
Right.
It only takes one of them to decide like, all right, the buck stops here. And then they all will.
Well, that's
like,
normally the first 3 quarters. Normally they play free and fun, and the 4th quarter is more of a tightened up quarter to where they actually start playing some basketball.
Yeah, and
Because you got to make it a show. You can't be just all defense, and that's why you can't be all defense all game. Do you think that would be more entertaining than?
Well, I'm saying like
dumps off the backboard, throwing it off the clock.
I'm just looking for the one guy that's like, I do not care. Like
Giannis.
Giannis
Gonna be that guy that don't care. You're gonna have like 7-8 blocks, and they're gonna be like, "What you doing, bro?"
Right. Yeah, like I'm not letting you score me. Like I'm not gonna be on the opposite end of a highlight reel.
I'm looking forward to Ja Morant because I think Ja Morant can win. I think he has a good chance of winning like the All-Star MVP.
That's why I used to like when Kobe was in it, because he would be like trying to win MVP. Like
that's what that see, you always got the couple of players that actually try to win the MVP and got to show out to do that. So I think Ja Morant, Giannis is the two that I would take for that award this year.
Yeah, no, I would because look, like I said, the same way, like if somebody starts to play defense and they all feed off of that, when if somebody just blatantly like gets out of the way to let them score, they all feed off of that too. So like, I don't like that. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to see them like competing.
What we don't want to see is a couple of years ago when Anthony Davis ended the All-Star game with free throws. We don't want
with free throws, right?
Yeah, we don't want to see that again. That's not a good look for the NBA.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. So I don't know if you guys seen this. Let's talk real quick.
Well,
What is
hold on,
AD?
one more thing I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to say. Like for the celebrity game, I always like, because like I want to know who can hoop. Like I want to know who's like a celebrity, but that can actually
play ball.
So, like,
yeah.
Quavo won MVP last year, and he's playing again. So I already know he can hoop. But
Chris
I want
Brown,
to know.
when Chris and them was in it, there was another celebrity. Dang, I forget his name. He was hooping in 1-2 one year. I forget his name. But yeah, you're right. I do. The celebrity game do be kind of low key. You get to see like what celebrities, rappers, or people that's in it that actually get out there and play some ball. Like Kevin Hart makes fun of it, but you actually get to see like real like talent out there sometimes.
Well, Kevin Hart won MVP twice. Like he can really hoop.
He won one of them scoring five points. So let's not.
Yeah, and won MVP.
Yeah, no, but Kevin
points.
can really hoop. He actually plays a lot.
No, I know. I've seen his high school.
Yeah.
His high school video. So let me ask you guys, what are your thoughts on AD's injury? Are the Lakers like, is that it? Is there no chance for him this year?
What's the like how
They
long?
said mid ankle sprain or something like that.
How long?
I don't know. Maybe 4 to 6.
I heard 4 to 6 weeks or something like that.
Because normally you don't even have to like. Normally that's the time for that type of injury. A mid to high ankle sprain. It's like 4 to 6 weeks.
I mean, they just need to get into the playoffs, and if he can play in the playoffs, then it's fine.
Why does he keep getting hurt? That like what's the odds of him stepping on anybody like that guy's foot last night or the other night? And
I mean, honestly, shit
Crunching
like
his
that
ankle
is
like
just
that.
bad luck. Like we've all done it. We've all jumped up for a board or jumped up for whatever. And
I mean, I know I sprained my ankle throughout my young basketball career, and that's why my legs are messed up now because I used to play on sprained ankles. I never cared, and I'll sprain my ankle. Like I remember once my father was like, "Yo, you so dumb. I just don't understand you." I sprained my ankle playing ball. I went out the next day, played ball on that sprained ankle, sprained it again, the same ankle.
Wow.
Went out the next day, played ball again, and almost broke my ankle. And I'm hopping back to the house because now I can't walk on it. And my father sees me. He's like, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "Dad, I just want to play ball. Like I just want to play ball. Like that's all I want to do." Because they couldn't stop me.
So it looks like he's gonna miss 11 games. If they can just somehow like win 5, I think it won't really matter.
Do you really see that happening though?
No, but when do we just say it's over though? Like when are we gonna keep giving the Lakers chances? Like
When they don't make the playoffs.
but they have done that already. You know, well LeBron has done that with the Lakers, not with AD did.
That was
first year that they made the playoffs.
Yeah, that was.
I'm just saying, but in this year with everything that's going on over there, like we looked at the Nets drama and what they have, but there's a lot of drama that's going on with the Lakers. How can they mentally stay focused enough in this final 20-something, 30-something games to be like, all right, we got to still make and I understand LeBron's going to be LeBron. You don't take nothing away from LeBron, but how can the others, the guys around him with AD going back down? How does Westbrook now, what is going to be his role? Does he get to see the ball a little more? Are you putting it in Monk's hands? Like, what are you doing? Like the buyout market, what are you, like, I hear them trying to sign Tristan Thompson. Like, what is that going to do for you? Is that to just replace AD for now? But isn't Dwight Howard on that team? Like, right. I don't understand like what direction they're trying to go in to better themselves because they didn't make no moves and I understand they don't really have no assets too, but they could have, fixed up their edges to have a little bit better role players. But I just don't see the Lakers as doing anything this year. Like people are writing the Nets off. Well, what the Nets got going on, they're not going to win the championship this year. So I don't think it's too outlandish to say that the Lakers aren't going to win the championship this year. Even if they make the playoffs, I don't see them as a threat in the playoffs. I got the Suns beating them if they come up against the Suns again. I got Golden State beating them if they come against a healthy Clay and Steph and Draymond's back. I could see Memphis beating them with tempo. I could definitely see Memphis beating them with tempo. I could see the Nuggets beating them. Like the Jazz have a chance. Like those top 5 teams, I don't see where the Lakers just squeak a game or two out. But I don't. What team do you think they have the better chance at in the predicament they're in now? If they stay in the AC, let's say, and they go against the Suns, that's a wash. The Suns, I believe the Suns beat them. They go to 7 seed, they play.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns win, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Suns lost.
Well, I don't know. I don't see the Suns losing that series.
I don't either.
LeBron James, they're not AD. They're not. I just think the way the Suns play right now in the regular season, they're playing playoff basketball. They're already slowing the tempo down and doing what they want with teams. And when you think you're in it, you're not. And that's the type of ball the Suns are playing right now. I think, though, the biggest threat to the Suns is the Warriors because of the shooting. They can shoot you out the gym, and it ain't going to matter really what you do because you're going to have to keep up with me. And if you let the Warriors go into, that series playing their type of basketball, you're going to lose it. So I think the Suns have a good chance of beating the Warriors too, but that's just because of the way they play ball, because they play playoff ball from the start of the season to the end of the season. They're already going to be in that mindset going into the playoffs, like, all right, let's just keep up what we're doing, locking teams down, getting to our spots, finding easy baskets. Devin Booker's playing out of his mind. So I don't really see the Lakers beating any of those top 4 or 5 teams.
At all. At all.
Well, like, the only one that would surprise me to get to the finals is the Jazz. Other than that,
yeah, I see them.
Anybody else in the top 6 or the Lakers, if they get to the finals, it really wouldn't surprise me. Like I could see like all those teams you mentioned, other outside of the Jazz, I feel like can win the whole thing.
I would say with Phoenix's big man, that guy right there
Ayton.
alone, yeah, he's a problem. And if the Lakers get them in the first round, especially with a suspect AD, with all the injuries he's got, I don't see them having a chance. They're a problem because just like Justin just said, with their shooting alone, with CP3 and Booker is just playing crazy now. Those guys are going to be a problem for anybody that they match up with. I just see them as a favorite out the West to me.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, I just think the Warriors, they have a good chance of beating them. And then like, I know a lot of people are talking about like the 76ers and I also said, and over the weekend, I was listening to a lot of analysts and I was shocked how many agreed with my initial point of, you know, the debate me, you, and Frank got into two episodes ago. A lot of people agree with me with James Harden. It was shocking about like how him forcing himself out of 2 situations isn't good on his legacy, blah, blah, blah. But I know a lot of people are sold on, you know, and I said it too, that this is Philly's best chance to win a championship this year. And I don't think the Nets win it this year. I think they have a just the same amount chance as Philly has. But I think it's still Bucks Suns. I think that's the finals we get, Bucks Suns, unless the Heat can play that same defense they played 2 years ago on the Bucks. Then because they built for it. You can't sit here and don't do that, GK. Like the Heat, you got to stop sleeping on these guys. They're at the top of that conference. And remember, we talk about injuries. They didn't have Jimmy. They didn't have Bam. They missed games with key guys, and they still top of the league. Nets key games, their key guys out. They're at the bottom of the league. So you got to give the Heat some respect on the way they play over there with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, the system that those guys have built.
Yes.
Excuse me.
The way Joel Embiid is playing right now, I'm so glad that he woke up and is finally playing to the capability that he's always had, man. I'm just glad he's playing like a big man now instead of settling for threes.
But let me challenge you there, Eric. Did you see the video? And I don't like this. The video of James Harden in the gym teaching Joel his step back.
Yes. And
then he tried it at the end of a game. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, that's not a good sign. People are like, oh, that's a good sign. They're getting in there. They're working together. He's teaching him his best. No. If you was teaching Maxey, okay, I will understand. He's a point guard. But you're teaching a 7-foot center a double travel step back. Like, nah, I don't like that.
Exactly. It looked totally uncoordinated from the get-go.
He said, okay.
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing, man?
Come on, Joel.
Yeah, don't do that no more. If I was a coach, I'd bench him the rest of the game. He tried it again, man.
Nah, Joel can't be. I don't want to see him taking, because that's going to reflect, like, it might just be like, I'm going to try it in this moment because we're getting blown out by 50. But it's like, the Boston Celtics. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, stick to your game. Do what you've been doing all season. And they bounced back last night from that big loss against Boston. They beating the Bucks, which is good. But I think, like GK said, the top 6 teams, and I think both conference have a good chance this year, the Bulls included. I don't think the Bulls won't like go to the finals, but if teams go into the playoffs sleeping on those guys and they let DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine do what they're doing right now, if they don't find a way to slow them down in the playoffs, it's going to be scary for a lot of teams. But I'm hearing around, NBA talk that a lot of people don't want to see the Heat in the playoffs because of the defense. I know, GK, you sniffle at that, but I'm just telling you people that, I'm hearing, chat.
They're not an easy out. I just don't think
they ain't getting swept this year. I would say that they ain't getting swept this year.
Yeah, I don't think that they're an easy out. I just think they don't have enough firepower to like get over the hump.
I do think they need more shooting, but let's not forget about Victor Oladipo. He will be back soon. So as long as he could come back and get acclimated and he can give them some more scoring, I think their defense and their scoring, if they could slow the game down, I think Jimmy Butler will figure out a way to get him there. He got him there before, and I know people say it's the bubble, but can't take nothing away from those guys. They got out there and played. It was other people out there playing against them. So and he got beat by LeBron in the finals. So I got another cut one duo for you guys, but this whole time is basketball. And yeah, let's get into it. I got Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, Kawhi and Paul George, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Who you cutting?
Oh, I'm going with Tatum and Brown. I just don't think they click.
They do,
you know.
We just need a point guard.
They don't.
Just need a point guard.
They it's like they can play, but it's just like for some reason they can't play together. I don't know what is going on.
Nah, Tatum just came out and said, like, he just was on a podcast with JJ Redick, and he was like how him and Brown learned to work together. So I think that's just a little misleading from the media that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can't work together. They can. What the problem is that if you really look at Boston, they're the only really two scoring options. Those are the only. Everybody else is just here and there, you know. But JT and JB is the only two scoring options. Whereas if you can get us a point guard that doesn't, we don't need a scoring point guard, but we just need a point guard that could create his own shot when he needs to. But that's on the back burner. But just make plays and play make for Jason Tatum, pass them open. Because they're knockdown shooters. People are scared of Jason Tatum shooting. Yeah, he is. He's up and he's down sometimes, but when that boy is hot, he can consistently go on a run, putting up 30, 40 points a game. So I think they work well together. I just think you need better shooters around them and just get them a point guard that can facilitate, move the ball around, get the spacing. Because if you watch late games, Boston, it's either in Jaylen Brown's hand or Jason Tatum's hand, where if you had a point guard, you can give it to the point guard off the inbound, have him drive and kick, or instead of Jaylen trying to drive and make the basket, or Tatum driving. Like, look at the game against the Pistons last night or the day before that. Tatum had space to shoot it. It wasn't a bad shot, but he just missed it. But teams know, like, all right, these guys are going to drive to the basket. So we got to just cut the basket off and just force them to make that jump shot. So I think Boston, this second half is going to show up. But I don't like that you just cut Jaylen Brown and JT. Go ahead.
The thing that I hate, and he was balling up until then, man. Smart. I hate the injury to Smart.
Smart's a vital piece to some people don't understand.
Yeah. He's a pretty. I've always liked him, man, and I think him going down.
I don't like him at point guard though.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't like him at point guard.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know, that's a missing piece.
Use him somewhere.
Oh yeah,
use him somewhere.
Definitely, man.
What you got, GK?
I would probably say DeMar and Zach, just because I like everybody else for the most part on defense, and then with McCollum and Lillard, I just like Lillard offensively better. So I would probably say DeMar and LaVine, but I mean, not by a lot. I like those two guys as well. So
yeah.
So another report came out. We finishing up the last thing, and then we get to final thoughts. Another report came out. Patrick Ewing said there's not that many great centers. He would be the Michael Jordan of this era. What do you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I definitely think he would shine because the center position is pretty thin in today's game. Like, I mean, after Joel Embiid and like Jokic, what do you got really? Like, there's not a whole lot there, you know?
Yeah, it pretty much thins out after those guys. Patrick was, you know, he's a classic throwback center, back to the basket, 3 feet away kind of guy. He would definitely wear out these guys nowadays, but yeah. So I do think his point is legit that he would shine in today's era because it's such a shortage of real centers nowadays.
Right, like who's going to stop him?
This era? Would he
Who's
be
what now?
that dominant? Would he be the Michael Jordan of this era? LeBron,
in of centers.
KD. Yeah, but he said, I can understand that. I'm not going to take it out of context. I'm not going to be nasty. I'm not going to do it. Shout out, play short. I'm not going to be nasty. But yeah, of centers. So you thinking Patrick Ewing is in this time, he's above Joel Embiid or Jokic, or he's just in that same conversation as them?
I think I would put him in the same conversation just because, like, with the style of the game, I'm sure he would adjust his game to match the style of the game, and he was skilled enough to like be able to keep up with everything that's going on.
Yes, exactly. Same way here with the he would be in conversation. I don't think he's no higher than those guys. Embiid or the other guy. Just in conversation, but
Yeah,
not above.
be like on the same level.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that's going. We wrapped up, man. Today was a great show. I mean, I was happy about it. I didn't expect, but then I kind of did that Greg Pop and Phil Jackson was going to be a good one. That's why I put it on the dot. Eric, we want to thank you for coming by. Anytime you want to stop by, bro, just message me. We get on Tuesdays and Fridays. I definitely will. If I got space, bro, definitely would love to have you back. You
Okay.
And what you talk about, you fit right in with us. You guys aren't afraid to get into the conversation. A lot of times, I guess just sit back and be like, all right, I'm gonna wait till these guys done. You guys aren't afraid to insert you guys, and that's what we want here. We had a great debate today, GK.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that energy. But yeah, final thoughts, GK. What's your final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm hoping I can catch some good highlights from the All-Star weekend because I'm not going to be able to watch any of it. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, hopefully we have a good March Madness this year. That's the other thing I'm looking forward to. So,
Eric, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I just heard that the college football is sticking with 4 teams in the playoffs. They're going to go through, going to continue with their contract through 2025. So that's interesting. I know it's raising a lot of buzz. I was reading about it before I came on. As far as the All-Star game, like I said, I'm interested in what LeBron's going to do. But overall, I enjoyed the whole experience. And I do want to say this before I leave. Thank you, Justin, for inviting me on, man. I had a great time, man, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. You guys were a lot of fun today, man. I really had a great time, man. This is something I love doing, and I'm looking forward to the next time.
Yeah, like I said right before you did, I will get with you after this. You can let me know your schedule when you're free. I got spots open for, trust me, I'm looking at my calendar. It's a lot of blank spots, so I would love to have you up here. I definitely got a vibe of you, so I know what other guests I can mix you with to make the show like, make you have fun again. It always makes us. I saw GK smile along with me. It always excites us when guests come up here, especially new guests, first timers. When you guys come up here and be like, "Yo, this show was fun. We had fun. We loved it. We want to come back." It just makes us. It just lets us know that we're doing something right, and people are just, they gravitate towards us. So now we thank you for coming up here and spending time with us. We thank the listeners and followers at home on YouTube for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, man, hit the subscribe button. It's like 23% of you guys that's not subscribed is watching the video. Hit the subscribe button, help us up, hit that like button. I want to thank Brian for stopping by. Brian Snowman, go check out his show. It's on YouTube, and I think he streams live on StreamYard. Great guy. I was on his show last week. I think I was on Brian. 2 weeks ago, I was on Brian's show. Really cool guy, straightforward, funny guy. He came with a lot of energy, as you guys seen. Gonna have him back. Love his energy. And then Bushman for stopping by, giving us a little bit of his time, staying around for a basketball conversation, which Bushman never does. So we appreciate that. Frank stopping by. GK, thank you for being here. And I guess that's it for us, man. Peace.